After I left the theater from watching Spider-Man No Way Home, there was a thought in my head like, God, that movie was horrible. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen and easily the worst movie of the year. But then I course corrected. My mind realized that, you know what? No, that's not true, Dead Metal, because we still have yet another nostalgia-infused pile of shit that passes for film these days, known as The Matrix Resurrections. Holy shit. Talk about having a nostalgia boner and trying to revive Keanu Reeves' failing fucking movie career. This son of a bitch has also ruined video games. Remember Cyberpunk 2077? What hasn't this man made worse after he's done fucking with it? What? Seriously, what was the last good movie he was in? Bill and Ted from fucking 95? Come on, man. Do you remember the day the earth stood still? The only reason the earth stood still is because this man's wooden acting was so unmistakably garbage that we laughed ourselves out of the theater. And now he's back along with Carrie-Anne Moss, the main female lead from The Matrix, this dumb bitch who can't act to save her fucking life. And she looks so fucking old. Oh my God. She's only in her 50s. You'd think she's in her 80s. My God, look at the loose skin around her neck. I thought being a celebrity meant you could pay to have shit like that reversed or at the very least minimized. Apparently she doesn't give a fuck. Anyway, let's get on to the elephant in the room. The fact that the directors of this film, since the last one, have both come out as fucking women. Oh, fuck, man. Oh, so you already know before this shit drops, this is about to be the most woke, feminist, diverse pile of regurgitated trash that you have ever seen. Like, oh my God, this is going to be horrible. This is going to be fucking horrible. Never mind the fact that in the marketing they're being incredibly coy. Is this one of those recent movies that are taking up the trend of being a sequel to the original, a la Halloween, and that travesty that was Halloween Kills that came out earlier this year? Is this, in fact, a sequel to The Matrix Reloaded, and what is undoubtedly one of the greatest films of all time and the most underrated piece of cinema, should be locked away in the history museums because clearly you people can't appreciate it? The Matrix Revolutions. Is it a sequel? Is it not a sequel? Is it a reboot? Is it a not reboot? Why does Thomas Anderson have long hair? Why is Keanu Reeves dressing like fucking Kurt Cobain? I'm sure these are all questions that are going to be answered. I hope Neo goes the way of Kurt Cobain and fucking offs himself in the movie. Oh, shit. Yeah, I went there. I fucking went there. The Matrix is a joke. The Matrix sucks. The Matrix is literal diarrhea in film form. Let's be honest. The original was not some revolutionary film that these fucking sci-fi fanboys make it out to be today. It's just not. It did nothing for the film industry except modernize that pile of ridiculously regurgitated techniques known as bullet time. You would think that after The Matrix, you would think that American audiences were never familiar with the concept of slow motion. Like, have you never watched a fucking John Woo film? Are you not familiar with Hong Kong cinema? Jesus fucking Christ, America is a joke. No wonder America's a joke. We're led by some fucking idiot who can't even remember his name half the time, let alone run a country, let alone make decisions that impact millions of people, let alone be given the power to launch nuclear fucking warheads. But I digress. I wish that I was in The Matrix. I wish that I could wake the fuck up from this nightmare that's become the video game, film, and political industries, and I wish we could just hit the fucking reset button. We need to start over. You know what? God, dear Lord above, if you are listening, I know that back in the day we fucked up and you decided to flood the whole planet. Well, The Matrix Resurrections should mark the second failure. The Matrix Resurrections should be the final straw, should be the fucking straw that breaks the camel's back. Flood it again. Get rid of all these incompetent filmmakers. Get rid of all these talentless fucking actors. Get rid of these fucking writers who don't know how to write their way into a cohesive plot despite numerous drugs, despite hiring ghostwriters, and despite the abundance of resource that's made available in today's climate. The Matrix Resurrections is the worst film of the year, period. The worst film. And need I remind you, there was some shit that came out this year, but nothing near as bad as this. Seriously, The Matrix. The fucking Matrix. Oh my God. Let me just pick up the payphone. If you look back on The Matrix, you realize what a fucking joke it was. Let me just pick up the payphone and enter and exit The Matrix that way. Oops, we're rebooting the film 20 years later. Payphones aren't a thing anymore. And we're going to make fun of that in the trailer so that all the kids these days, all these little Gen Z motherfuckers out here, they know that we're hip with the times. They know that as times change, so do we. And not just our scripts, but our sex as well. Yeah, last time you saw us, we were flaunting dicks, man. Now we got tits, we got pussies. We're hip with Gen Z. Oh man, woke media is gonna have a field day with this. They're gonna give this the movie of the year. They are gonna give this. Probably it'll end up getting an Oscar because the Oscars are woke as shit now too. Like hashtag feminist movement. My God, I love how for being such a diverse cast, they couldn't even bother to get Lawrence Fishburne back. Like what the fuck happened to him? Did they just forget that they're one of their main three characters? Seriously, The Matrix has had three main characters the entire duration. The third main character, Morpheus, did they just fucking forget he existed? Look, man, I understand that in the online game, The Matrix Online or whatever, he supposedly died, but you're bringing back fucking Neo. It's a sci-fi film. Just fucking make up an excuse. Resurrect him. Morpheus was the best part of The Matrix, man. The best part. Oh, man, and now he's not even in the movie. He's not even in the fucking movie. There's not going to be any awesome scene of him sitting down. By the way, he's the only one out of the main three with any acting talent whatsoever. There's not going to be any awesome scene of him sitting down and opening his hands, and in one hand is the cruel, harsh reality that is the red pill, aka Dead Metal Media's channel, and then on the other hand, there is the sleek blue pill that represents ignorance and living in absolute denial about the cruel and harsh and hard realities of the world in which you reside. Well, guess which pill I've chosen to embrace, motherfuckers. Guess which pill I pop on the fucking daily. I am not woke media. I am not pandering to a 2021 audience. Everybody who was born after the year 1980 is a gigantic fucking pussy. You all need your asses kicked. Back in high school, we used to beat the fuck out of people like you. You all need to wake the hell up. You all need to realize that you are living in the Matrix and you're swallowing the blue pill from the fucking modern paid off shills running the media on the daily. Seriously. Oh, but it's okay. You got your feelings. You can go in your safe space and eat your cookie, and your mommy can stroke your fucking head and tell you how special you are. And when you fuck up, you're going to get a participation trophy anyway. No, that is the Matrix. Spoiler alert, you're living in a pretend world. You're living in a world that your parents crafted for you that does not reflect reality. And I am the red pill. I am the fucking machine taking over the system, and I will not be stopped. You are not special. You are not privileged. You do not deserve anything in this fucking world. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but the bad news is just reality. It's something my generation grew up knowing from the day that we set foot in this fucking world and opened our eyes. This world will take you for everything you fucking have and then some. And you and your pathetic generation are simply not equipped to deal with it. Bunch of fucking pansies. You can't even go to a restaurant and order food. You have to get it DoorDashed. You can't even figure out what fucking sex and gender you are. Pathetic little bastards who are exactly the target audience for the Matrix Resurrections. The only thing you're resurrecting here is my rage. Fuck the Matrix and fuck you for supporting this trash.